Look, Michael, I'm sorry, I tell him. I'm going to send you to jail, he says. How can you? I ask. The bodies were never found. I'll find proof, he says. I hang up the phone. There's no way he can find proof. Everything is hidden well. He won't find anything. I don't even know how he can get in the building. I haven't told him about Clara yet. Clara is my 1-year-old daughter. It's about time I tell him. I call him, but he doesn't answer. I call him 5 more times, but he still doesn't answer. He might not want to talk to me ever again. Point of view, Michael Afton. Michael's house, 1978. I know I can't call the police on my father. I know he wouldn't be able to hide the bodies very well. If only there was a way to prove him wrong. I mean, I know where the restaurant is. All I have to do is find a way inside. If the bodies are inside of the building, I can find them and get my father arrested for good. I can just drive over there and search. And grab a camera to take pictures of evidence in the flashlight, because I highly doubt the lights work in the place. I begin to wonder if the bodies have decayed yet. There still should have been bone left, if anything. I open the car door and climb inside. I start the engine and drive towards the old Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, 1978. I drive into the parking lot. The place is still intact, but not tampered with. I walk up to the entrance door. I open it and walk inside. It's dark and I can't see anything. I feel inside my backpack and search for my flashlight. I find my flashlight, then turn it on. I look around to see the place I once knew and loved. I walk around the place to see recognizable pictures on the walls. I look in the main room and see Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Chica. They're all in the positions they were in the last time I saw them. I take a big look at them before I move on to the next room. I almost got off track from finding the bodies. They're probably not even in this building. I just need to look just in case. I move on to the kitchen. I check the cabinets, the fridge, and the oven. I don't see anything, so I move on from the kitchen. I walk through the main room. I look up at the animatronics again. This time I see Freddy looking in my direction. I turn my flashlight off. After a few seconds, I turn the flashlight back on and Freddy is back to looking straight in front of him. I give one last look at him, then walk away. I go into the closet to see if anything is in there. I move things around to see if something is behind a bottle of soap. Suddenly, I hear noises outside. I open the closet door and walk out into the main room. I point my flashlight to the stage. Freddy and Chica are both standing on stage. Bonnie is missing. I turn my flashlight off, then back on. Bonnie is still gone. I give up on my mission and run to the exit door. I try to open it, but it's locked. I turn around and I see the shadow of Bonnie against the wall. He just stands there without motion. I stand still, hoping he will leave. I point my flashlight down the hallway and see the shadow run away. I walk down the hallway to find something to break the glass door. I look on the stage to see Freddy. Freddy's the only one I see. Suddenly I hear noises from the kitchen. I point my flashlight in the direction of the kitchen door. I slowly walk towards the door and turn the knob. I walk in the kitchen, but my flashlight runs out of batteries. I know I brought batteries with me, so I just search my bag. I feel around the inside of my bag and I feel the batteries. I feel for the opening in the flashlight and open it. Not caring where they land, I throw the dead batteries on the ground. I grab the kitchen ones and pop them in the flashlight. I turn my flashlight back on and look around in the kitchen. I see Chica standing on the other side of the kitchen table and we just stand there. I look at her and she looks at me. Her eyes are open wide with her overbite is dropped. Her mouth is wide open, revealing the second row of metal teeth. She stands there and stares at me. I grab a plate and throw it at her. The plate bounces off her head and shatters on the ground. She slowly starts walking to me and I back up slowly. I open the closet in the kitchen and hide inside. I try to listen for Chica so I know when she leaves. I keep listening for the next 10 minutes, but she doesn't leave. I look around the closet to see if I can find anything. So, suddenly, I see a hatch. I open it, and it seems like it opens to the main room. I know Chica's still in the kitchen. I lock the kitchen door so she doesn't get out. I turn around to see Bonnie standing. I look over to the stage and notice that Freddy isn't on the stage at all. I look back at Bonnie. He stands in front of me. I suddenly hear banging from the kitchen door. It seems Chica knows she is locked in. It's only a little longer until she breaks out or finds the hatch I escaped from. I open my eye on Bonnie just in case he pulls any big moves. I point my flashlight at his eyes. He flinches and gives a robotic growl. I push him into the kitchen hatch and lock it. Bonnie and Chica are both in the same room. It's only me and Freddy this time. I walk to the exit door and try to pick the lock. I can't find anything to pick it with. I notice this weird texture on the wall. I knock on it and some bricks from the decayed wall fall into the ground. I try to get some more bricks out of the wall so I can escape, but there's no way. I make a hole for me to fit through. I grab some bricks just in case one of our little friends decides to pay me a visit. I turn around and I point my flashlight to the other side of the hallway. I see Freddy standing at the end of the hallway. I slowly walk down the hallway and get closer to Freddy. Bonnie and Chica are still stuck in the kitchen, so I don't have to worry about them for a while. I walk closer to Freddy and he looks up at me. He opens his mouth slightly like he's about to bite. I throw the brick at his head and it makes a scratch on his face. He looks back at me and I throw another brick. The lights of his robotic eyes turn off, leaving nothing but black and 2 white dots. I throw another brick at his and it hits his ear. I throw one last brick and it hits his eye. One of his eyes turns on but the other remains off. He gives me a penurious look and raises one of his imperial arms. He swings at me but misses. It gives me a chance to run and make sure he doesn't catch me. I run to the bathroom and he follows me. I hide in the second stall and he looks around the bathroom. He checks the first stall and I jump out of the second stall. I run as fast as I can to get out of the bathroom and lock the bathroom door. Freddy begins to bang on the door but I can't get out. I walk out of the hallway to see if I can find something else. I think about the 3 animatronics. Bonnie, Chica, and Freddy. There was one more I can't remember. I turn over to the side of the room and see a purple curtain. Then a sharp metal object exits the curtain. It looks like a hook. Then I remember something with a hook. Wait, I forgot about Foxy. The curtain is Pirate's Cove and the hook is Foxy's hook. I see a snout exit the curtain and I see an arm. Then I see a leg pop out, and then Foxy fully exits the curtain. He looks around, then right at me. His piercing eyes point in my direction. His jaw opens and he raises his hook. He bends his knees and jumps at me. I run in the direction of the back room and he falls to the ground. He looks up at me and tries to get up. I grab one of the 40 chairs in the main room and whack him in the head with it. He gets up and swings his hook at me. He cuts my back with it, but I fight through. He grabs my neck and tries to snap it. I grab his fingers, try to pry them off. They break free, then run to the closet. He follows him to the closet. He gets confused and looks around the closet. I run out of the closet and try to close and lock the door. He grabs the door and tries to keep me from closing it. I elbow him in the snout and he backs away from the door. I close the door and then lock it. I can hear him clawing at the wood of the door. All the animatronics are locked up, so now all I have to worry about is getting out of here. I walk to the exit door and find more bricks in order to break the glass door. I look for more loose bricks, but something took all the bricks. I swear I left some bricks just for this moment. I turn around and look for something else to break the door with. I haven't checked on the old back room yet. I walked into the back room but found nothing. The only other thing I see surprises me. I see the spring bodysuit sitting on the table. Then I hear a voice I haven't heard in years. Michael, I hear Henry say. Why is Henry here? This place is shut down. How many times has he come here? What are you doing here, Henry? I ask. I just needed to do some unfinished business, he said. I see a hatch open and he walks out. It's weird to see him because the last time I've seen him, he was in the spring bodysuit. What is your unfinished business? I ask. I just need you to take care of something, he says. He picks up the spring bodysuit and puts him on the main room table. I leave the room to check it out. One wrong move will snap those spring locks in place, he says. What are spring locks? I ask. Spring locks are spring lock suits. Spring lock suits are both animatronics and costumes, he says. Spring locks hold the metal in the skeleton's back, and when broken, will release the metal, and the suit will become an animatronic, he continues. Then I see him grab a brick he must have grabbed from the wall. He throws the brick at the Bonnie suit. Spring Bonnie suit. I hear a snap coming from inside. Good luck, he says. The spring Bonnie suit is becoming an animatronic. I hear snapping coming from the inside. The suit will shake every snap. Then the snapping stops and I see the eyes snap into place. The eyes open and lights up. Hey, Henry, I ask. What, he says. How come the animatronics are trying to attack me, I ask. Let me tell you a story, he says. Spring Bonnie looks up at me. He gives me a bad look. A long time ago, back in 1973, me and William were in this back room, says Henry. The Spring Bonnie suit hops off the table and starts to walk towards me. We saw these kids having a birthday party. 4 of them to be exact, Henry continues. Spring Bonnie raises his arm and swings at me. I think one of the kids' names was Till, Henry continues. I jump away just in time to avoid Spring Bonnie's attack. He looks back at me. Me and William would dress up in these spring-locked suits. He continued. Spring Bonnie runs at me with his robotic movements and tries to bite me. We lured the kids into this room using cake, he continues. Spring Bonnie grabs my arm and tries to pull me toward him, but I break free.